It's, you know, there's great cabs in Washington State. The thing about, I mean, journalist, critic, everybody, you know, I can't tell you how many times guys like Pierre Ravani have told me that if they were going to buy vineyards anywhere in the world, they'd buy a Cabernet vineyard in Washington State. And it's because the Cabernet is so outstanding here. It is world-class and can be compared anywhere in the world. And we've made wines. I mean, I don't think Alex is here today, but we all know what Alex has done with a varietal Cabernet at Klipsun Vineyard.
Alex Klipsun of Klipsun Vineyard.
And you know, I refer to all these wines, and Mike's and everybody's, you know, as, you know, if you're a Cabernet fan, you've got to love these wines. I mean, they're just like taking a bath in Cabernet. They're just such delicious, expressive, beautiful Cabernet fruit, you know. And I can't overemphasize how wonderful these wines are.
So give us the percentages in this wine in terms of variety breakdown and site breakdown.
Well, this is not this wine. This is not an expression of pure Cabernet fruit. It's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but what is it? 'Cause it's really good.
It's hopefully you see the wisdom in what we're trying to do. And that it is 65% cab, about around 25% Merlot, around 8% cab franc, and around 2% Petit Verdot. And when I look at all these incredible, just as Cabernet is amazing in Washington State, Petit Verdot is just this kind of magic elixir that at 2% just takes everything and just kicks it up into a whole nother level. Why wouldn't I use that? Why wouldn't I use that in the blend? Why wouldn't I use the depths and layers of the Merlot or you know, Chinon is one of my favorite places in the world. Why wouldn't I use the aromatics of a Cab Franc if I could somehow interject that into a wine? I mean, I realize that, you know, on one hand you have kind of a Tuscan 3-item dish, and on the other hand you've got a mole with 47 different ingredients. And you might ask yourself which one's better. I couldn't tell you that. What I can tell you is that this is what I'm doing, and I can tell you what Klipsun does to it too, because although Klipsun can stand on its own as a balanced wine, as a wine with its own expression and its own terroir, in a blend, Klipsun just kicks everything up to a whole new level. It's just like putting nitrogen in a race car or something. It just really just lifts up the tannins, the structure, the power, the range, all the things that are great about Cabernet. When you talk about, when people ask, well, why do you blend all these? Why do you blend Cabernet? Why is that in there? Well, Cabernet is for power, grip, ripeness, structure, strength, all those things. And Klipsun just like, bam, does that to the blend. And I can tell you that many, many times that if I took Klipsun out of the blend, I would bring diminishment to the wine. And that's what I base everything on. I look at, I'm trying to be a builder. I'm trying to build a wine that's a little bit unique in the world and it's a little bit DeLille style. If I can do that, then, you know, it doesn't matter what else I do. If I can do that, if I could be the best Chaleur Estate maker in the world, then it doesn't matter what else I do. I just want to be the best Chaleur Estate maker.
So I'm going to ask Michael to talk about this wine in particular and whether or not he gets Klipsunness out of it, and then Paul to talk after that about the 3 different approaches and how they strike you taken together. So Michael, this wine in particular.
This wine just has a tremendously beautiful equilibrium and intensity. That's the word, intensity of fruit and floral component. Layering, not only just beautiful aromatics and finesse, but on the palate, it's so silky and satiny, but with layer and layer and layer of fruit and flowers. You know, those beautiful purple flowers from the Cab Franc and the complexity of layers, and then that kind of rocky minerality shows through, but beautifully well balanced, delicious, delicious wine. And I'm really excited about it because I haven't tasted it before. And I'm thinking it's a 2006. And what we have to look forward to as this wine begins to age even further and become even more finesse in the layer. It's so well focused and elegant, but I can't tell you specifically the Klipsunness, because it's so very different than the tannin structure that we got in the other barrel samples and the other wines. So to me, it's that rocky minerality and that cool mouthfeel and the beauty, just the beauty and purity of the fruit. I don't have a scientific.
That's it, that's it.
I should say this has a lot of, Chaleur Estate in it, which is across the way. A little bit of our own Grand Seal Vineyard, which is next to Seal. And the Petit Verdot and Cab Franc are both from Chaleur Estate. So it really is mostly a blend. There may be a
It's
little.
a Red Mountain blend.
It's mostly Red Mountain, and it really is mostly Klipsun and Chaleur Estate.
Paul?
Well, when you're looking for the particular stamp of a particular vineyard, I didn't mean to say that 100% Cabernet is the best wine. What I meant to say is it's the best way to read that vineyard.
In Washington.
Well, I think Washington can do it.
In Washington.
And California can do it in a much more limited way. There's very little old vine cab in California anymore.
Not very little. Percentage-wise, there's a lot more young
A
stuff.
lot of it got phylloxera out. As far as these three wines go, I mean, they're all just very beautifully made wine. The Merlot, as you were saying, is a picture-perfect Washington Merlot from an excellent vintage, excellent site. One of the things you can do, and you can play these games forever, is why wine never runs out of things to fascinate. We're looking at